There. So let it catch up, see if the sound is working. Do 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 do. There. Okay, it is working. All right. Sound is on. Probably should have tested that first. Catch up. See if the sound is working. Do 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 do. Oh, that's gonna create a feedback loop. Okay. Now I know the sound's working. Give it a few minutes. See if any other people show up. In the meantime, I'm just gonna do a little Duolingo. Give people a little time to come in. Yeah. Just for a few minutes. Nope.
Paris.
Nope. Well, that's embarrassing.
Nepal.
Okay.
ドイツ、スペイン、
This is way more embarrassing than doing it by myself.
ネパール。
Okay, this time.
ネパール。
I know that's right. Indonesia. I'm gonna get this one, the first one.
エジプト、
Fudge.
インドネシア、
There we go. Second time's the charm. Do, 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 do.
ドイツ。
Germany.
パリ。
Paris.
ギリシャ。
Kingdom. Yeah. Oh, no. Portugal.
ポルトガル。
オランダ、
Orlando. That's a weird one. That's the Netherlands. Spain.
スペイン。
ポルトガル、
Portugal. Grecia.
ギリシャ、
Grecia. Doitsu.
スペイン。 ドイツ。
Orlando would be
オランダ。
Orlando.
ギリシャ。
Got this time. Ooh. Yeah. No. Do. Okay. Let's check one more time. Orlando. Okay. All right. We'll just get started and pretend there are people here. That's the only way to do it. Oh, you know what? I should record too. Okay. So that way I can make a video out of it later for people who didn't come. All right. 3, 2, 1. Recording. No? Yes. Okay. All right. So welcome to the first Midwest Manga Monday stream. It's an idea I've had for a little while. But I just haven't got around to doing it because it's really nerve-wracking talking to a camera and no one else. let's go ahead and switch scenes. Boom, there we go. Okay, so like I said on Instagram and my ideas, so I want to kind of just like have this as an opportunity to I don't know, just kind of go over what's coming out this week, what we're excited about, what's coming up in terms of pre-orders and other cool manga that's coming down the line. Because remember, if you pre-order within 6 weeks before it comes out, you can get 75% off. So keep that in mind. I'll explain more about that later. What else? Any kind of my, maybe especially for the first one, just kind of explaining what my whole philosophy behind the shop is and what I hope to accomplish with it someday. You know, little ideas I have for potential futures, all way up in the air for now. But yeah, and then I'll play a game, specifically Genshin Impact this time. I've never played before, but it's what was recommended to me, so I'm going to give it a try. Okay, yeah, so I got my big old stack. This is all the manga that's coming out this week. I mean, not all of it. I still am not getting Yen Press in. I made my first Yen Press pre-order, though, so starting in mid to late June, we'll start getting Yen Press every week as well. So that's exciting. Okay, so what do we got here coming out this week? Let's start with the least interesting ones, in my opinion. They're all interesting to someone. Every manga is someone's favorite manga. That's the way I like to see it. Okay, so in terms of like 7C specifically, I'm really just kind of like getting at least one of whatever is coming out this week. Especially if I have never stocked it before or only have a few of the later issues. If it's a newer thing, I'll get multiple copies of it, just in case, you know, keeping the new stuff up. And so let's start with those. We have Ara Fuerte. I always read this as Ari Fuerta in my head, but it's Ari Fuerta 0. So the spin-off, I believe. I haven't read any of these myself, personally. So it's just the 6th volume of that. We'll have that for sale. We also have... Get the lighting good. The Hidden Dungeon, Only I Can Enter. Volume 6. Again, another one that I haven't personally read. But eventually I want to get to the point where when I come in here and do this, I will have read every series that we're talking about. So I want to be authoritative about this stuff. So yeah, there's that one. Then from Ghost Ship, so it's wrapped, so you know it's good. It's making it hard to see. Parallel Paradise, Volume 10. Again, don't have anything to say about that. Haven't read any of the other ones, honestly. And we have... I think that's it for the ones that I consider throwaway ones, but that's just, again, because I haven't personally read them. We have... so this is kind of like a new volume, so I got a couple of these. It's called My Next Life as a Villainess Side Story Girls Patch. I haven't read any of this. I did watch some of it because my wife liked it, and so I was around when it was on, so I've got an idea of what it's about. I kind of skimmed through it. It's essentially what it is it's like 9, I think, short stories, kind of like just little side stories, and they're all kind of like related to essentially it's all the girls, all 3 of these girls, and their developing crushes on the main character, Katarina. So honestly, really only for people who are already very into My Next Life as a Villainess. I read like the first one, and as someone who hasn't read any of the other stuff and didn't pay super close attention to the anime, it was boring. But again, that's just as someone with no attachment to the characters or whatever. I could definitely see how, if you like this series, how getting more from these characters is obviously going to be an exciting thing. So yeah, we have a couple of these for sale starting tomorrow. I don't know how I missed getting the first one of this, so I'm going to have to go back and do that once it's back in stock. But we've got Classroom of the Elite, Volume 2. It's finally got a manga. I know on Mal, my anime list, the light novel version of this is one of the highest rated light novels out there. So I was excited to get this. And again, I don't know how I missed getting the first volume. But we have the second volume, and I'm working on getting the first volume in if you want to start this series. Yeah. And then what else we got? Sayonara Football, Volume 10. This is a series I think I'm the only person who likes it. I mostly just get it for myself because I am a big sports guy. I shouldn't say that. I don't watch any sports, but I participated. I was an athlete when I was younger. And so the sports stories I really like. They just, they get me jazzed. They're like tournament arcs in Battle Shonen, except the tournament is an actual physical sport instead. Blah blah blah. This is about girls soccer teams. I hate the naming of it. Okay, so I'm gonna get into this because this was a big gripe I had. So the way this series works is in Japan, the mangaka wrote a 2-volume series called Sayonara Football. It's completely different from this. It's actually about a girl who plays on a boys' soccer team because her middle school, I believe, doesn't have a soccer team. And, she gets to practice them a lot, and they usually don't put her in a game, and it's like that's the whole thing, is she gets to play in a game. And so this is the manga who does... this is from the person who did Your Lie in April, and I have not read that yet, but that is the one anime that can make me cry every time I rewatch it. But yeah, so he wrote that before... he wrote Sayonara Football before Your Lie in April, and then after the success of Your Lie in April, he got to do this again. Well, he kind of went back to the series, and the girl from it, goes to high school. She's only really a side character, and there's 2 new main girls, and actually in Japan, it's just called Farewell, My Dear Kramer, and it has a different numbering. But for some reason, Kodansha decided to just add this on the third one, what should be the first one, and so the numbering is different than it is in the Japanese one, and obviously the title's different, and that bugs me. But anyways, yes, it's a decent sports series, and we have so few to choose from that actually get translated in America. So you take what you can get, honestly, when it comes to sports manga. And then we've got the next volume of Bakemonogatari coming out. Again, I have not read this myself, but I have watched Bakemonogatari, and I've read the light novels. So I know the story personally. It's a personal favorite of mine, and the art is actually pretty stupendous. And if you've ever watched the series and kind of the weird, kind of artsy way it's done, see if I can find a good example. The manga kind of keeps that really kind of, I don't want to say avant-garde, but avant-garde light type way of presenting the manga. Let's see. What did I see? I really liked. I like this panel. I love that. Heightened reality. It takes place in reality, but you got all these heightened moments. Yeah, this is a really good series. It's a supernatural series if you haven't read it before or heard of it before. This guy, the main character, he's like part vampire, and a bunch of girls in his area have supernatural issues that he helps solve. Okay, and I don't want to forget what else. These down here. Okay, Then we're on to the real popular stuff. We got our Viz Media for this month. And to start out, let's start out with Undead Unluck, Volume 7. This, at least in my shop, is probably the most underrated Shonen Jump series. Well, underrated, I shouldn't say. It's just I've not sold much of this. I personally like it, but I can see how it might not be to everyone's taste. Particularly the art style is kind of okay, so to speak. I mean, there are some pretty great panels. Basically, again, if you're unaware of this series, because it hasn't had an anime yet, we'll see. If it gets an anime, every Viz series, once it gets an anime, tends to blow up. The idea is that there are a bunch of people in the world called negators. For example, our main character is Unluck, and by touching people, she gives them really bad luck, usually which could result in their death. And the other main character is undead, and he negates death. So he's immortal, essentially. He's like a zombie, but not really. More just immortal. And there's a bunch of other negators you meet along the way, like it's got some really weird things, right? So they have to complete certain quests, and if they do or don't, God has punishment or rewards for them. And the weirdest thing is like people don't know what days of the week are in the story. And actually, eventually, everyone starts speaking a universal language. So, like, people don't know what Japanese is anymore. And you know this because Negator, so our main character, they don't lose memory of things that leave the world. Like, seasons eventually leave the world. Days of the week leave. Different languages leave. It's kind of weird like that. And it's all leading up to, basically, they have to try and prevent an apocalypse. There's time loops. It's pretty crazy and pretty interesting. So, if you want to give it a try, Undead Unluck. We're up to Volume 7. Next, real personal favorite of mine, Mashal, Magic and Muscles. We're up to Volume 6. The way I always describe Mashal is, One Punch Man goes to Hogwarts. It's a pretty simplified explanation, though, because he's not as powerful as One Punch Man, and this is definitely not Hogwarts. And what's interesting about this magical society is, like, if the whole society was built around the Malfoy's way of viewing the magic world, basically not have it being a Muggle. That's not what they call it, but being a Muggle is like a crime. It's a crime to not have magic. You're not worth being alive. And our main character, Mash, who is this guy right here, he doesn't have magic, but he works out a ton. And so, long story short, he ends up going to magic school, and basically the whole idea is he has to try and become like the top student, and the top student has a big influence on society, and the idea is if he becomes top student, then he can hopefully influence society to not treat non-magic people like garbage. But it's a comedy first and foremost, because again, he doesn't have magic, and like right away, the first encounter he has, right? Yeah, you get this cocky wizard who's like, I'm going to use magic on you. You don't have magic. This will be easy. And then he just punches him in the face. It kind of reminds me of that whole idea of like, what if you had like a gun in Star Wars, rather than a laser pistol, you could just shoot a Jedi and it would go, the laser, their lightsaber wouldn't be able to stop it. That kind of thing. Like, well, you just punched him really hard in the face, and there you go. Your magic didn't do anything to me because you're unconscious now. Sneeze from my dog. So it's a comedy. He's really innocent and sweet. In his off time, he makes cream puffs. He's kind of dumb, but it's, classic shonen things. He's dumb, but when friendship comes into play. He gets very serious. And yeah, it's a really good series. I really recommend Mashal. You should give it a try if you like, especially if you like One Punch Man or Harry Potter or something like that. Moving on, we've got Freyrin, Beyond Journey's End, Volume 4. I've only read the first one of this, but I think it's pretty good so far from what I've read. Again, if you aren't familiar with it, okay, given the chat thing, Jamie, I'm assuming you're referring to Mashal or Undead Unluck. There's so much lag, I don't know which one you think is hit and miss. It could be either or, I can believe. Now I'm going to wait a second and see if you type something again. No, I'll keep going, and then I'll answer if you catch up. So yeah, Freyrin, the idea behind Freyrin is Beyond Journey's End says it all. This elf is the main character, and she had a party that basically defeated the Demon Lord, and then it becomes a story about her dealing with the idea that she perceives time much differently than her mostly human companions. In fact, I mean, she very quickly in the story has to go to the funeral for the main leader of her original party, and then she starts traveling around the world again because there's hints that the Demon Lord might not actually be dead, and she's just throughout it trying to learn, about the human experience and how humans deal with things like emotions and stuff like that, because she can't comprehend how urgent humans always seem to be about things, because she's just got all the time in the world. But yeah, anyways, Freyrin, it's up to Volume 4 if you're reading it. We got it. If you aren't, give it a try. I think it's another good one. I'm not that picky, so honestly, I'm going to say that about a lot of things, to be honest. We Never Learn, the last main Shonen Jump one. This is the final volume of We Never Learn. I don't have Volume 1 in stock, and I'm not going to get it till September, but I've got every other volume in stock, and this is one I have read the whole thing of. I really like it. So it's like your whole Nisekoi or quintessential quintuplets, right? If you haven't, if you're totally unaware of this, it's a guy who has to tutor a couple girls, eventually becomes 3, and there's 2 others. It's basically 5 girls, and lost from my train of thought. Oh, the unique thing about this series, I feel like this is the part that's really interesting, is once it got to, let's see if this is 21, once it got to about volume 16 or 17, I can't do the math right now off the top of my head, the main story kind of ended, and then you get 1 volume each for 5 volumes where you get an ending for whichever girl you like the most, which again I think is a really interesting way of doing it, rather than having 4/5 of your audience being disappointed in whatever girl wins at the end. In this series, you get a chance to see all 5 possibilities, so to speak, all 5 possible endings for whatever girl he ends up with. And so this is the final volume. This is actually this is the teacher, his teacher, or a teacher from his school, I should say. I don't think she ever actually taught him. And this is the story of if they ended up together, and it's the final one. So if you've been reading this series, you can finish it off. Otherwise, give it a try. Not for me, obviously, unless you want to wait till September. But it's a decent little romance story. Yes. Okay. Continuing to move on. I've got 3 Viz signature ones. I'm missing one. Where's my other? There it is. Okay, that's last. I'm gonna do the new series last. So Beastars. We got Beastars 18 out this week. Again, this is one I've only read the first volume of. I've got so much catching up to do on so many different series. But I've always wanted to read more of this. I'm very interested in it. People seem to really like it. And so, yes, if you do, I have volume 18. Come get it tomorrow. Yes, done. Next one. Okay, one I know even less about. Golden Kamui. I always say that one wrong. Golden Kamui. I know this one's coming up towards the end. Again, this is another one I've only read a couple of volumes of, but I really enjoy it. I love almost everything from Viz's signature collection. It's a little more my age, my speed in terms of storytelling, and you get more unique stories. I love a good shonen, but again, you can kind of tell what they're all about, right? Black Clover, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Dragon Ball. They've all got the same basic frame story, just with kind of a different setting and unique characters. Okay, Mashle. All right, finally. Okay, hit or miss. So yeah, again, I guess it comes down to you can't go in expecting a serious story. It's not. It's a comedy and almost a bit slice of lifey. I don't know. Let's just call it comedy. To at least me personally, for my sense of humor, it makes me laugh out loud more than any other manga, besides maybe Grand Blue Dreaming, which is my favorite manga. But yeah, if you like comedy manga, I think it's worth a shot. If you're looking for something a little more with an actual decent plot, then maybe not. But if you just like lots of funny moments, I think it's worth trying. Okay. And I didn't really have too much to say about this, but we got the 26th one. Yeah, so if you're reading this, come check it out. Last one before the new series, I got Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead, Volume 6. Another one that I've only read the first one. I would have liked to have been caught up by today, but this is definitely a series I am reading and will have read by the time the next one comes out. I really like it. Again, Viz Sig, something somewhat different, but just a little more grown up, so to speak. What is it rated? T+. Okay. So the idea behind Zom 100 is the main character is your classic dead inside, overworked Japanese office worker, who, ironically, he starts out looking like a zombie, and he's just hating his life. And then one day he wakes up, a zombie apocalypse. He doesn't have to go to work anymore. And, he just kind of like once he, it all sets in like, oh, I don't have to work anymore. This could be like an interesting, fun adventure rather than just toiling away. He starts living it up, and eventually he decides, I'm going to write a bucket list. What's all the stuff that I want to do that I would have never done if normal society stuck around and I had to just keep being a wage slave. And then, as far as I know so far, Volume 1 is he meets up with an old friend, and together they're just going to try and knock a bunch of things off their bucket list while also dealing with the zombie apocalypse. Okay. Jamie, yes, Golden Kamui, however you say it. Yes, it is good. Like I said, I've read a few volumes of it. It's interesting because you get what I like a lot about manga. A lot of times, good manga that catch my interest is ones where you get to learn something. Like you get to learn about all this history of Japan that you didn't necessarily know about. Especially it takes place in I believe the northern Hokkaido part, or maybe even farther, the next island up that isn't actually a part of it. It takes place during a time in history you don't see a lot in manga, something more modern than samurai, so to speak, and all those periods, but before World War too. Anyways, all right. So we got 3 new series this week. First one, Seven Seas. It's called Colorless, Volume 1. So it's kind of like, okay, so they're calling it a stylish noir punk. It's kind of science fiction, post-apocalypse in a way. But there's a really interesting, unique hook to this one. So the whole idea, colorless, right? Basically, the sun had a giant solar flare that functioned like it wiped out all the pigmentation in the world. So everything in the world is actually colorless. And what makes that interesting in the manga is, so they basically set the world up so that, manga is in black and white. Well, this is how the world actually looks to everyone in it, right? It kind of plays with that, the idea that manga is in black and white. And in this, the world itself is in black and white. And I like that concept, and they play with it. So like even just here in the middle, my camera quality sucks. Oh, there we go. There is color. This guy, the main character, does have access to some color. He's got like test tubes, and then though it is actually color, thus bringing more realism into the way this is drawn, right? So this is how it actually is, right? It's not just in black and white because it's manga. It is black and white. The world is black and white, and there are splashes of color in places that you wouldn't normally necessarily see it in manga, just spread throughout certain pages where there is actually color. Focus. Oh. Okay, but you get what I mean. Though the hook is unique, overall the story is a bit underwhelming so far. But I really like the unique. So the other thing, he's wearing like a mask and stuff, but other people in the world, part of the weird thing, let's find a good page here, is humans also mutated. So they look like dinosaur people, bug people. That's how everyone looks. And then we got our main girl here, who we find out was wearing a mask, and she's actually still looks like humans did hundreds of years ago. And so there's some kind of mystery behind that. Some large government's after her. That kind of classic noir stories. Noir stories like to have it where it's the detective-y main guy, protects a woman from some larger organization. I feel like that comes up a lot in these types of stories. But yeah, it's okay for now. I'll definitely read the next one to see what happens, but it hasn't completely grabbed me yet. But I think it's still, because of the unique aspect of like colorless and like this is, just I like it. I like that part quite a bit, and I think that's worth checking it out first. So there we go. Then from Viz Sig, again, my favorite imprint, Crazy Food Truck, Volume 1. This one, my description of it would be like Mad Max. This, again, it's kind of a post-apocalyptic world. I don't think we learn anything about why it is that way. I think it's water is pretty scarce. It's very desert-ish. And this old guy is just driving through the desert, and he's like trying to run a food truck, even though people are so few and far between. It even opens with him in the very early part making a bunch of sandwiches and then opening his food truck, and he's just in the middle of his desert, and no one shows up, and he eats them himself and moves on. And then the hook of the story is he runs into this girl. Again, so this is rated mature because this girl doesn't understand how clothes work. So she doesn't like wearing them, and the old guy's got to constantly be trying to get her to put her clothes on. Never like in like a sexual way though. So there's a lot of nipples, but it's just like she just doesn't like wearing a top, and he wants her to wear a top more often. And so like he's not creepy about it or anything, and that's okay, I guess. They're both essentially wanted by the military of the time, and They're traveling around a kind of Mad Max style world in a food truck. That's all there is so far. I don't want to, and also because I don't want to spoil things, but I liked it. Again, I'll read anything from VizSig. I think it's worth giving a shot if you like other VizSig stuff, right? Like Golden Camu or Beastars or any of those things. They whoever runs the imprint, I think, has got pretty good taste when it comes to picking out what manga to translate. All right, and last thing, I have a novel, a light novel that we got from Seven Seas called The Tunnel to Summer, The Exit of Goodbyes. I only managed to read like 10 pages of it. Yes, cyberpunk. Yeah, it very much kind of has a cyberpunk feel to it, Jamie. The colorless one. Definitely. So yeah, come by tomorrow and pick it up. I think if I have it right, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe your wife's coming, or you together, is coming by to pick up a couple pre-orders tomorrow already. So maybe we can add colorless to the list. Anyways, we got a novel here. I believe it's a standalone, so it's not like volume 1 or anything. I only read like 10 pages of it, but the idea is that there is a mysterious tunnel that can grant any wish to those who enter it. But in exchange for granting your wish, it ages them dramatically. And that's all I know so far. I don't even know if it becomes a thing yet. Let me scan the back here. Yeah, so it looks like the main character, again, this is all information that's on the back, so it doesn't feel spoilery, has a younger sister that died, and so he ends up actually finding this mythical tunnel, and he's trying to decide whether it would be worth the penalty to bring his sister back from the dead. Then obviously there's a oddball transfer student, classic, who also takes an interest in the tunnel with him. I don't know. Could be interesting. Especially if I don't have very many light novels. I'm just very slowly starting to get them. I mean, I'm so little space already in my little shop. Obviously, when I can get to like a bigger place and stuff, I'm going to have it all the light novels, all the manga. That's the goal anyways. But yeah, okay, so that is all the stuff that's coming out tomorrow. It will be available tomorrow. I'm going to drink some water. Hang on just a minute. That's a lot of talking. Okay. Next thing I wanted to do was kind of go over the pre-order thing. But honestly, Jamie, if you're the only one here, you already know how it works. But I'll go over it anyways because I'm recording. So it can be, I can cut it up for a video. Okay. So here is a bit of a rundown on our pre-order system that I only really just implemented a few weeks ago, but I think it's pretty cool. So let's go to my website. I've got these pages here. They used to say something different, but this is kind of part of how I am doing it now. So the idea is if it's 6 weeks or more out, you can get 25% off the pre-order. And then if it's within 6 weeks all the way up to the release, as long as you order it before actual release day, you can still get 10% off. That's mostly just kind of like, ideally I need to order it at least 6 weeks out to ensure I can get it. But if you still pre-order it and I happen to already have it on order, you can get a deal on it. And I think that's pretty cool. And just as an example here, up here, so it used to be, well, let me go check out all pre-orders here. It used to be on my site, depending on how much you've been on it, that basically what I would do is just in like the back order text, I would put that this is a pre-order and this is the day it releases on, and you would have to just buy it like normal, and you'd have to pay for it when you put it in your cart, and then I would just send it to you or give it to you when it actually released. Now, though, I have an actual like pre-order plugin for the website, and what's nice about that is not only does it keep track of all of it for me, but it also makes it so now there's a little pre-order now button instead of add to cart over it. Again, emphasizing that it's a pre-order. On the page itself, it shows the release date right below the item, which I like. That's pretty cool. And then so the idea is now if you pre-order, it won't charge you until it is actually released, right? So that, for example, right here, A Galaxy Next Door Volume 4, say you've read the first one and you're really into the series, and I'm like, I'm going to pre-order 2, 3, and 4, get an awesome deal, 75% off, saving buco bucks. You would only get charged for each one on the date it was released. So you wouldn't have to worry about having all that money up front. And then it just being like sitting out of your account and you don't get your book. So you wouldn't get charged the $9.75 until July 4th, October 3rd, and December 26th. So if you know you really like a series and you want to get a really good deal, I mean, I think it's a pretty cool system. Again, and then especially if you're someone who shops in our store, you don't have to pay any shipping or anything like that. So yeah, that's basically it. What I wanted to go over in terms of like how it actually works. I wanted to emphasize that you don't pay right away, which I think is the best part, is that you don't pay until it's actually released. So you don't have to, and you can probably, I haven't seen anyone do it, but you can probably cancel, like if later it's been a few months and you're like, I'm not so sure I want to spend the money on that, or that I really want that series. You can cancel the pre-order, and I'll be a little bummed, but it won't cost you anything. And again, it's like risk-free. All it does is it helps me know that I'm ordering enough, right? Because you never know. A lot of things, given the size of my shop, I'll only order maybe one of. So if it's something you really want, I've got a bunch of broken pictures here. I got to fix that. But if it's something you really want, you should consider pre-ordering. I don't want to be too pushy about it. But the other thing I wanted to do and make part of this weekly thing, besides talking about all the new releases, is kind of together taking a look at what's coming up. So right now I have to actually, I'm going to have to actually come in here and update this in a few hours, because this is actually, as you can see here, these are all the books we just talked about. So that's what the new releases are going to be. We can, oh man, so many broken pictures right now. And come ahead here and see the what's coming out next week. Get a little peek at that. Oh my God, I don't have that order. So let's see. We got some big potential number ones. Oh, the Silent Voice Complete Collector's Edition. I think that's pretty cool. Just not a picture here. I think the picture worked here. Yeah, so that's what that looks like. That comes out next week. I think that could be a really cool collector's thing. We'll have to see how it actually looks once I have it in my hands. But let's jump past the 10% off. That's not that interesting, right? We'll see what's coming. You can always check that out and see what's coming out later. Let's look at the 25% off, okay? So this stuff here, if you happen to be here and, you see any of this stuff that the timers run out, after the stream, I'm going to move it over to the 10% bracket. But at least until tomorrow morning, I'll leave the price the same. So if you see anything you still want for 25% off that you haven't ordered, you can get it. And we'll do that every week. So, we can actually look at what is due that week, and you can still have a chance to get it. For me, again, it's kind of like a sport thing, and I've read Welcome to the Ballroom, but one I'm personally really interested in is the Wand Dance series that's coming out here. Again, another Sayonara football one, just for me. Other things. Ooh, Apothecary Diaries has been really popular, and I think it's really good. Again, if you've been reading that series, get on here, pre-order it, save yourself $250. Nothing wrong with that. And then I know how many I should order, and you're guaranteed to have one. But I'll stop reiterating that. What else looks really good? I mean, that's really there's some, if you're into that kind of thing. I'm Not Meat, that's another Ghost Ship title. Those are really hit and miss. In my opinion, anyways. A Sign of Affection, that's a pretty popular one. I don't have any That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime in stock. I think this will be the first one I'll have in stock, because I will order at least one of those. More if someone pre-orders it. Let's go down. Let's go farther back. Some more number ones here. We've got I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess. I know my wife is interested in that one, I believe. Some more Dr. Stone. It's always fun. Noragami, Stray God. Those are few and far between. I'm a big fan of Noragami. The big one that week, and that's the first week in July, will be Elusive Samurai. I can already tell you that's going to be my my 25% off for the month, kind of on the front counter pick that I'm doing. My new My Hero Academia, pre-order that. That's popular. 2 Year Eternity, if you're reading that, that's a good one. And then Kubo. People have been getting into Kubo. They've been buying it from because of the 25% off, but I saw it just got announced as an anime, which again means I got to order a bunch more because it's going to suddenly spike in popularity once that anime comes out. Oh, these got pushed back. These could be interesting if you're a Ghibli fan. I do have some of these on order. The Tale of the Princess Kaguya picture book. So for something for kids, which I feel like I need more of in the shop. And then an art book also of the same thing. If you like collecting art books. I don't have any art books yet, but it'll probably be something that'll start coming into the store more as time goes on. Correspondence from the End of the Universe. I've actually got a pre-order on this one already. Wife loves the pay later option. Oh, I know. I've got so many of those on there from you guys. I've got a lot of people into the My Lovey-Dovey Wife is a Stone Cold Killer. Another one. Pre-order it. Save you some money. Kaiju number 8. I've already got a couple pre-orders of that. I think that's going to be a big Shonen Jump one going forward. I just got a big new stock of Volume 1 in. So if you haven't tried it yet, now's the time to give that one a try. I have this in 2 spots. I'm going to have to fix that. Soul Eater, another Soul Eater. Those have been very popular. The hardcover Soul Eaters. I think they're pretty cool too. I'd love to see more kind of classic shonen get kind of this collector's edition treatment. That'd be pretty cool. Some Pokemon. Again, if you got kids. Pokemon, very popular. Island in a Puddle. I've read the first one of this. This is very good. I'm excited for this one to come out. Record of Ragnarok Volume 3. I'm loving that series. What else? Oh, there you go. Grand Blue Dreaming. My favorite series right there. Some more Freyren coming up. You probably already got it pre-ordered though. More Mashal for me. I'm sad that one's coming to an end already. Soon. Oh, there's Galaxy Next Door number 2. You probably already have it pre-ordered, Jamie. Yeah, I need to add some more here. I think I'll only have 3 weeks after I move this one over 10%, so I need to add some more. Okay, so yeah, there's that section done. I'll need to kind of brainstorm more what I can do, a better way to go about talking about pre-orders. But I do think it's an interesting topic to go over each week, kind of like what's coming out. What are we excited about? What else? So let's see. The next thing I said I would do is talk about shop updates and future plans. Okay, so if you're here, you get to know this first. Let's see. I just got a bunch of stuff in today that I saw. I have, for Danganronpa fans, I finally have volume 1 and 2 of the first series. So now I have every Danganronpa volume available for the first time ever. What else did I get in? Oh, no, I'm blanking. Oh, I got a restock of Trapped in a Dating Sim, which has a anime currently running. And yeah, I had like 2 or 3 of each, and I sold out of that, so I got that restocked. I also have a big restock of Rent a Girlfriend going on. I only got volume 12 in today, but I should be getting the other ones in the next few days. That one's been selling pretty well, and I know the second season is coming up. So I'm going to try and keep that one in stock as much as possible. I had mentioned before an update. We're getting into Yen Press. If you've been into the shop recently, you'll see that we've got a few first volumes, but I also put in my first pre-order for Yen Press for titles that come out June 21st. Jamie, I know your wife sent me an email with a couple things that were part of that pre-order. So you'll be hitting the Yen Press right away out of the gate as well with, I think, was it Bungo Stray Dogs 21. There were 2. But anyways, yeah. So there's those, and then I have a bunch of other things. I'm not up to the point where I can get all of Yen Press yet. So what I did is I mostly got new volumes, and they've got so many new volumes coming out every month. So there's still a decent amount of Yen Press that we'll be getting in June. What else? My mind is blank. Fist of the North Star. Okay, I only have 2, 3, and 4 of Fist of the North Star right now. Not 1. I need to get 1 ordered. I believe it's getting back in stock at the publisher in June. Kind of the way the orders work. I had it on order for like 6 months, but after 6 months they cancel it. So just like a month before it actually came out, it got canceled, so I need to get it on another order. So hopefully I can get it in. And they actually give me some in June, and then I'll have the full series. Because then I wanted to give it a try too, but I don't have number 1. But because it's kind of like supposed to be like what JoJo and like even Dragon Ball got some inspiration from, that quintessential 80s action manga. What else is happening with the shop? Other than the fact that I'm running out of space because I get new stuff in every week. Yeah, hopefully. Just talking about the future a little. Obviously, this little room we're in was just a very advantageous thing for us because we have no overhead, which is great because basically everything everyone spends on manga with us, we put right back in to getting more manga and increasing our inventory. I spend it as fast as I make it. And with this, so that's nice. So you think about it, if you want to think of it this way, when you buy a single manga from us, we put that back in and we get 2 more manga for stock. Kind of usually, but I like to, unlike, what I like to separate us from a place like Barnes & Noble is, whatever you bought, I'm going to restock it. So that's 1, and then I have money for a new manga for the shop, because that was a pain point I myself felt at, like, say, Barnes & Noble, was that so like longer series, Fairy Tail, Bleach, Naruto, as they were getting later in their life, they'd only have like the second half of the volumes. They wouldn't restock like the first 5 or anything, or even just the first one, right? And that's why I always want to try and have as many volume 1s as possible, because treating it like a seasonal thing, right, or a yearly thing, like what's hot right now. Well, manga, they're like books. They're seminal. They'll last, right? What's good? What was good 5 years ago is still good, and people are just now getting into manga, and you want to have that manga in stock so that they can discover it and read it for themselves. That's why I only have the first few still so far, but that's why I keep a lot of Naruto and Dragon Ball Z, the original Dragon Ball Z, and One Piece. And I have Bleach on order, they just haven't gotten into me yet. But yeah, keeping those classics in stock, because young kids want to keep coming in and getting them. Every time I go to a convention, I sell out of like eight or so volume 1s of Naruto to young kids just getting into it. So yeah, but that's kind of just a little bit of my philosophy, keeping things in stock. And so what I was saying is, obviously it's advantageous to us because we can put everything back in, but as we start to run out of space, and ideally kind of start reaching a point where we've got most of the manga, and thus when we actually sell manga, we can spend half to replace it, and then some of it doesn't have to go to new manga. It can go to overhead on actually like rent on like a bigger place. Because yes, we're definitely going to start being hampered by space soon. But ideally, I want a bigger space, so I can have as much manga in stock as possible. I want other things. Dream things I want is I want a library, especially for like out of print things that I've collected myself that people can sign up to read. Probably keep it in store, but maybe some kind of checkout system I think would be interesting. Again, especially for out of print stuff, because that can be so frustrating. Manga going out of print that you want to read, but like it's being charged like $100 on Amazon because it's out of print. Oh man, okay, that leads me to another gripe. Like Yen Press does. Current running titles where some of the early volumes are out of print. One example, again, as a sports guy, Yowamushi Pedal from Yen Press. It's about bicycling, if you don't know. I know for a fact Volume 3 is out of print. I had to pay I bought my personal copy for $60 when it's supposed to be like $20. And like, how am I supposed to get in like the first volume of Yowamushi Pedal, which they're still publishing, like the 18th or 19th one just came out. How am I supposed to sell that series to a new person and be like, yeah, here you go, 1, 2. Oh, you can't get 3, unless you want to pay 3 times the cover price online somewhere. You can't get the third one. How am I supposed to how do you get people into a series that's still ongoing? It seems like it just really limits their audience. I don't know why they do it. It's frustrating. But sorry, side rant. But yeah, I guess I could write down more concrete plans and ideas for the future. Again, this is just my first week doing this. I like to do it every week. Hopefully we can have more than just the two of us in the future. But yeah. Okay. I guess, let me see. Let's see. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Oh, there it is. Check something real quick. Okay. I think that about does it for the actual manga talk that I wanted to do. Oh yeah, Mad Max vibes, definitely. Oh, that's right! Manga tier list. Oh, I didn't even set it up. Okay, hang on. Let's just go here, and I'll chit chat while I do this real quick. Tier list maker. No. Okay, cool. I'm signed in. Let's see. So, tier lists. I like tier lists because I like making lists. And what I thought I would do, one I wanted to do for a while, because I have all of it in stock. That's another thing I could kind of mention in terms of the shop. So one of the early things I decided to do was start with like smaller companies and just make sure I had all of that company in stock, and then move on to a slightly bigger one. And so far, I've only completed Square Enix. That's the first one I've done. So I thought I would do a Square Enix tier list where I just kind of rank all the Square Enix manga.
If you're gonna stream, are you streaming right now?
I don't know. I don't know if it's back up. Why? What's up?
I just want to take a shower.
Yeah, you're good.
It won't be too loud.
Oh, okay. Maybe if I reload this, it'll show me the right thing. Oh, there it is. Okay. Don't need to be showing that off. Oh, all right. Second time's a charm. Don't crash. Don't. Okay. See how far in I get before it crashes. Boom, 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 boom. Probably just play for like an hour. Don't feel like you gotta stick around or anything. Or do if you want to, you know. Uh-oh. This could take a minute. Phantom, stop it. Phantom, you want to hang out with me on the stream? Come here. Oh. We can wait for this to load together. Oof. Oof. Hey, where's your collar? You want to put your collar back on? Hang on. Hang on. Don't run away. There you go. You want to get out of here? Okay. If I had known this was going to take so long, I would have done it ahead of time. Boop, 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 boop. It's probably because I've never actually played before, so it's the first time it's loading in. Are you just gonna sit back there? You don't want to sit up here with me? Oh, let me get you again. Can you sit on my lap? Okay, well, I get it. You don't want to sit on my lap. You want a treat? Yeah. How do you mean they need your dinner? Squeak, squeak. Oh my god, another one. Oh. A door. Uh-oh. Oh. Click the button. Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh. The loading wheel is not good.
So, what you're trying to say is that you fell here from another world? But when you wanted to leave and go on to the next world, your path was blocked by some unknown god?
Outlanders, your journey ends here. Who are you? The sustainer of heavenly principles. The arrogation of mankind ends now.
Oh wait, the audio can be picked up twice. Probably great. Select a twin. What? We go with the boy. Name. Now, what kind of naming is it? Is it like everything has to be unique, so it's gonna have to be a bunch of numbers and shit, or whatever I want? I'll just name it. Oh, no spaces. Underscore. Haha, that's not a name.
Give my sister back! And just like that, the god took away my sister. Some kind of seal was cast upon me, and I lost my power. So while we used to travel from world to world, we are now trapped here.
Here we go. Okay, I think that'll work better. I chose this one based on someone's recommendation.
How many years ago
Then
was
they
it?
didn't even come to the stream.
I don't know. But I intend to find
can't
out.
hear anything.
When I woke, I was all alone, until I met you 2 months ago.
Yeah, Paimon really owes you for that. Otherwise, Paimon likely would have drowned. So Paimon will do her best to be a great guide. We should head off. Let's get going.
Okay. What kind of game is this? I have absolutely no idea. It's like an RPG. I kind of thought it was a gacha game. They have a manga for this? Not in English as far as I'm aware. Whoa. Okay. So I don't actually have like a cursor to click on anything. I just attack when I'm nearby, I guess. Just add when near Tokyo Airport to unlock. Okay. Whoa. Open the world map, select an unlocked alert to location. Got it. Okay, so there's the map. Oh. It's easy.
The path ends here. Guess we'll just have to climb. Climbing depletes stamina, and depleted stamina takes time to recover. Okay, let's take the route we planned.
Okay.
We're off to a
It does kind of
of
seem
the
like that, doesn't
seven.
it? Zelda on the Switch.
Which of the 7 are you looking for exactly?
It's got Breath of the Wild vibes. Keep instinctively pressing, clicking, and do I press F? Okay, so F to pick things up. Gimme, 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 gimme. Got a dull blade. No items, no items. Got a bunch of fruit things. Okay, carrying on. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, wow! That's a statue of the 7! There are a few of these statues scattered across the land to show the 7's protection over the world. Among the 7 gods, this god controls the wind. Paimon's not sure whether the god you're looking for is the animal god, but Paimon will take you to the animal god's place first, and there's the reason why.
Ugh. Okay. Prologue Act 1.
As we all know, poetry and language flow like the wind. There'll definitely be someone there who knows about your sister. At least that's what Paimon thinks. Whether the gods actually answer you is a different story. You never know unless you try. So let's hop to it.
These things are shiny, I want them. Gimme, gimme.
You can swim right over.
Did I just walk into the water? There we go. That is incredibly slow. Can I make it faster? Whew. Ah, okay. So they got an anime and a digital only. Where is the manga? Like who? You know who published it?
Ooh, did you just feel the elements of the world? Seems all you had to do was just touch the statue and you got the power of Animo. As
Cool.
much as they may want it, people in this world can never get a hold of powers as easily as you. Uh-huh, it's because you're not from this world to begin with. If we keep heading west from here, we'll eventually reach Mondstadt, the city of freedom. Mondstadt is the city of wind because they worship the god of Animo. So perhaps, because you got power from the god of Animo, you can find some clues there. There are also lots of bards there, so perhaps one of them has heard news of your sister. Let's move then. The elements in this world responded to your prayers, and Paimon thinks that's a lovely sign.
Oh, that bit. Oh. Press E to unleash elemental skill. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Haha. Press Q. Nice.
These are the animal powers you got from the Statue of the 7.
Okay.
Oh, Paimon's so jealous. Why doesn't Paimon get cool fighting powers?
Maybe because Paimon refers to Paimon self in the third person. That's super annoying. Webtoons. Okay. I know Webtoons. I wish they'd, I wish someone would license Tower of God. I love that one. For physical release, anyways. Whoa.
Wow! What is that? There's something huge in the sky! It's headed towards the heart of the forest! We must proceed with caution.
Yeah. How can I tell? Okay, I see. There's a little ball in the corner. For what's this thing? How do I? Okay. So I just defeat the enemies and I get the chest. Got it.
Is this an answer from this world?
Woo! Artifacts. What do we got here? Traveling doctor's handkerchief. Used to tie back the doctor's hair and blah blah blah. Adds to attack. Alright. Okay. Okay. That's done. What's this? Okay. Let's see one. Oh, what was inventory? Okay, it's not I. What was it? G? No, that's not it. Is it? No. No. Oh yeah, have you read Tower of God? Is that what the fire is? I hope that's what the fire is. Because that's awesome. Or maybe you've watched the anime, because I know it had an anime. I haven't seen the anime yet, though. Nope, that's the journal. How do I open my inventory? Nope. Nope, that was the character screen. B? Oh, okay, B. It'll open something in my inventory at least. Okay, so what are these? Character XP which gives 1,000 experience. These experiences are still beneficial even if one is not live. Should I use it? Maybe use one. See what happens. Woo! Okay. Okay, I see. I wonder if I should save it. Like, is this the only character I have? Because I thought this was like a... What game is this? This is Genshin Impact. I'll save it. I'm gonna save it. I don't need it right now. Jamie's got all the answers. I don't even need to answer questions. He's on top of it for me. Oop. Let's go kill these guys. Jesus Christ. I don't know if there's a block button. I have only been taught attack so far. Let's see what's in this chest.
Is this an answer from this world?
Oh, is that another piece of... Or is that the same artifact? Must have been the same artifact then. Okay. Oh well. Moving forward.
Yeah.
There's all this stuff. Gimme. Carrot. Whoa. Oh, yeah, another cutscene. Unofficial mod. Ooh. I don't even know how to make mods.
Look at that!
Don't be afraid. It's all right now. I'm back.
Is he talking to a dragon?
Obviously.
Who's there?
I think I'm under leveled for this spot.
That was close. Paimon almost got blown away. Luckily, Paimon managed to grab hold of your hair. Thanks.
Good thing you didn't pull my
What was
hair
that?
out.
Paimon thought we were gonna get eaten. It definitely has something to do with that weirdo who was talking to the dragon.
Is talking dragons normal?
Of course not. Oh, what's that?
I don't know, I'm new to this world.
There's some kind of shiny red thingy on the big rock over. Let's go take a closer look. Be careful. Paimon doesn't have a good feeling about this.
Can I climb here? Okay.
Paimon's never seen a stone like this before, so Paimon can't tell what it is.
Nice!
All Paimon knows is that it's dangerous. Best we
Do you
put
have
it
a book
away
in
for
mind?
now.
Or you're just gonna look around and...
Okay,
Pick
we've
something
got
out.
it. Now let's get it.
Oh god, I got distracted. I didn't know what the crystal was. Oh well. Move. That way. Okay. Oh my god, it just ended the last cutscene.
Hey, you! Stop right there!
May the Animo God protect you, stranger. I am Amber, outrider for the Knights of Favonius. You don't look like citizens of Mondstadt. Explain yourselves.
Well, we're not looking for
Oh,
trouble.
it's an Autobahn. There we go.
That's what all the troublemakers say.
Hello, I'm Midwest Manga.
Doesn't sound like a local name to me.
It certainly doesn't.
And this mascot, what's the deal with it?
Yeah. This mascot, what's the deal? Emergency food.
Hey! That's even worse than being a mascot!
So to sum it up, you're traveling partners, right?
Nice.
Well, look, there's been a large dragon sighted around Mondstadt recently. Best you get inside the city as soon as possible. It's not far from here. I'll escort you there.
Oh, aren't you out here for some other reason?
but
I've also
not to
got
worry. I can keep you
Blood on the
both
Tracks
safe
Volume
while
2
doing that too.
on order, but
Besides,
it's out of
I'm
stock.
still
at the
not
moment,
sure if I can
so
trust you
it'll
two
be a little
just
bit
yet.
till I can get it in.
Oh,
You're rude.
I'm sorry. Probably not something I should say as a knight.
That's right.
I give you my apologies, strange yet respectable travelers.
Thank you.
That sounded so fake!
Do you have something against the type of language usage prescribed by the Knights of Favonius Handbook?
Oh, I got a new character. Is an archer Amber's ideal for taking down targets from a distance? Press 2 to switch. Ah, okay, so I can just switch seamlessly. I wonder how many characters I can have. Press R to exit. Bam! Nice. Simple
So,
enough.
suspicious travelers, what are you doing in Mondstadt?
He got separated from his sister during a really, really long journey. Paimon is his travel buddy, helping him to find his sister.
Sword, sweet. Character, weapon. Wait, no. Switch character weapon. Oh, okay, here we go. And I want that. Nice. So, switch. Okay.
Oh, looking for your family? Huh.
Wonder if it's worth
Okay,
collecting.
let me
all
finish
these
my other
little
stuff
things.
first, and then I can help you put up posters around the city.
What exactly is it you need to finish doing first?
It's simple. You'll understand in a bit.
It's a good point. Oh, you know what would be a good idea? Let me see. Oh, well. Okay. Let's see if I can add the chat to the screen. That way you know what I'm responding to when I respond so late. Okay, maybe this will be too complicated.
Hey, there's something strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
Okay, I'll just think of it for next time. Yeah. Let's just get back into the game. Okay. Wait, where am I going? That way. Oh, okay. Characters move kind of slow. Go!
A hilichurl.
Quick, get it!
I'm gonna unlock that first.
Not so hard! These monsters have been getting too
thing?
close to the city recently.
What world
My
is that?
task this time is
Attacking weak spots. Okay. Aimed shots great. Attacks on opponent's weak spots. Okay. That's obvious.
to clear out their camp.
What that thing? Holy shnikes, it exploded. How do I feel about Funimation taking over Crunchyroll? I don't mind. It's one less service you have to pay for. And also, I was more worried initially that since Funimation was technically the one taking over Crunchyroll, that they would absorb Crunchyroll into the Funimation kind of video system, which is the worser one. Crunchyroll, I think, is the better user experience and better video streaming. I had a lot of trouble with Funimation's website watching stuff on there. So I'm glad, at least out of that they took over Crunchyroll, but really all it means is that Crunchyroll is getting all of the Funimation videos while still being Crunchyroll. I believe that's the case, unless it's changed since I last saw it.
Nothing to it. Though I've gotta say, you surprised me a little with your moves there. Thanks for the backup. How'd it feel?
Barely broke a
Now that
sweat.
you mention it, how is it the hilly trails ended up here? These creatures don't seem like the type to set up camp so close to cities like this.
Exactly. It's more normal for them to be much further out in the wilderness. But because the dragon, Storm Terror, has been around a lot more recently, our orchards have been destroyed and the local market has been affected as well. When the storms hit, we usually end up with at least a few injuries, so
these annoying creatures have been getting closer and closer to the city?
Okay, I'm using myself.
Exactly. That said, clearing this camp helped make the area a little bit safer. Come with me. A responsible knight must make sure to see you to the city safely.
Oh. Okay, I thought they were switching me. Ooh.
Opening a chest is like unwrapping a gift.
Yes, that's exactly what that's like. Give me all that. So let's go back to being this guy. Okay. Oh, proceed. What do you want me to look? Oh! Get another artifact? What do I got here? Tail feather. Quick. What's this? Oh, character selection. Okay, cool. He's got better HP. He's got better attack, better defense. Alright. Well, I guess he is level 3. She's just level 1. Yeah, I'll stick with him for now. Or actually, what I should do, let's do that. Let's just artificially catch. One, 2. Alright, now they're even. Her stats are still worse. But I haven't got a better weapon for her yet. So that could be why. Where am I going now? This way. Okay. Oh, I'm finally actually going to the city. Whoa. Is that guy from earlier?
What should I cook next? Oh, are you travelers from around here as well?
No, we just happened to be passing by.
I see. Welcome, travelers. I'm Lynn, the survival expert of the Adventurers Guild. As you can see,
So it
I'm
has cooking.
experimenting with some new recipes.
I was happy to hear Disney's going to be jumping into it too. I think it's original series.
Eat
I
before
hadn't
you
heard
go.
that.
The first rule in the Wilderness Survival Guide.
That'll be interesting to see.
Picnic?
When you say original
Planet
series, do you
Disney
mean
loves
like
picnics.
literally brand new stories, or like Disney will license their own and create their own anime based on?
My travel partner here is good at cooking as well.
That's right. I love cooking too.
There's a cooking pot right there. Show me what you got.
I
It's
will.
good to have someone to practice with. There are some mushrooms and meat in the barrel over there. Try making a chicken mushroom skewer for me.
You got it. One chicken mushroom skewer coming up. That apple. Investigate. Foul. Oh, scroll wheel. Got it. Okay. How does this work? Oh, you have process ingredients. It takes time. Interesting. Okay. Well, look at me. I'm cooking. Just click the cook button. Look at... Oh, cook manually. Yeah, let's see how that works. Oh, Whew. Okay. Nice. Expert already.
Never go adventuring on an empty stomach.
Alright.
Is it done?
Yes.
Smells good. Let me try.
Okay. Jesus, settle down.
Uh-oh.
Now that's really tasty. You're indeed gifted.
I am. I'm very gifted, thank you.
Paimon told you so.
With your culinary skills, you should try more difficult dishes. Oh, I've got some raw ingredients in my bag. Have them in return for this meal.
Can we really have them? Won't you run out of ingredients?
That's okay. You should be able to find lots of ingredients when exploring the wilderness. There's also a restaurant in Mondstadt known as Good Hunter that sells food and ingredients. Go have a look when you've got the time.
Okay, thank you for the info.
So, kind of like what they did
I'll
with
leave some chicken mushroom skewers for
Star Wars
Paimon.
Visions. I haven't watched that yet, but I really need to. Because that was just essentially Star Wars anime, right? What's up, Timmy? Oh, sorry about that. They'll be back. Oh my god. Alright, goodbye abandonment issues. Alright, finally got into the city.
Let me officially introduce the city of wind, dandelions, and freedom. Travelers under the protection of the Knights of Favonius, welcome to Mondstadt.
Finally, no more having to camp outdoors. But
Everyone's been put out of place by storm terror recently. But everything will turn out fine as long as Jean's with us.
Jean?
Acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, Jean, Defender of Mondstadt. With Jean on our side, surely even the vicious storm terror will be no match for us.
I hope she knows something.
Before I
about
take you guys to the
the
Knights of
dog.
Favonius headquarters, I have a present for you, traveler. It's a reward for helping me clear out that Hilichurl camp.
Hey! Why doesn't Paimon get a reward?
Paimon doesn't do anything.
Because this reward is useless to you, Paimon. But I'll treat you to a traditional Mondstadt delicacy, sticky honey roast.
Sticky honey roast!
Come with me. We'll head to the city's, high ground.
Okay.
This used to be a bustling street, but with so many storm terror attacks recently, the usual crowds are nowhere to be seen. Except for the local tavern near the city wall over there. They haven't been affected. If anything, their business is better than ever.
What do you want, puppy? Slow moving. Whoa. Where'd the thing that told me? Oh my god, I'm not okay. Take too long to climb that. Hit the stairs.
So, the present I want to give you is... a wind glider. Outriders use them to ride the wind, and the people of Mondstadt
interesting.
love using them too. I brought you here to give it to you, so you can experience it right away.
Oh, you're really excited about these wind gliders, huh?
Well, that's because the wind is the heart and soul of Mondstadt. Alrighty then, enough talk. Let's give it a whirl.
Yes, enough talk.
It's easy to use, but you still need to pay attention to my instructions.
Oh. It's more like she gave me wings. I just have wings now. Okay, I'm clearly terrible at this. Oh, alright. I didn't get very far, but once this cutscene's over, I'll probably call it a night for the first one. I was only planning on doing this for about 2 hours to begin with. But I'll be back next week, that's for sure. And I'll actually have a manga tier list ready next week. That might be a little more exciting. Oh, the creator of Black Butler. Well, that'll be interesting.
Huh? How are you staying afloat like this with just a wind glider?
I'm preventing
Oh my
your
god.
fall with the power
Okay, well
of
maybe there's a
1,000
boss fight.
winds.
I'll do this first.
Now, concentrate. See yourself grasping the wind. Harness its energy.
Who said that?
Okay. Machine gun into that. I mean, for what I thought was a mobile game, it's got really high production values, though. I will admit that.
Are you hurt?
I actually expected it to be a little more mobile gamey, like other gacha games I played, like One Piece Treasure Cruise.
You've
or,
actually got the power to go up against the dragon. Are you a new ally?
Bleach Brave Souls or
a
Dragon
new
Ball Z
storm?
Dokkan Battle. For some reason, I kind of thought it was like more like that,
Storm
like a
Terror
gacha game,
is attacking Mondstadt itself.
because people are always talking about getting new characters and stuff. It's completely
Kaya,
different.
Traveler, you've come at the right time. We must...
Hold on, Amber. Are you perhaps forgetting to introduce us?
Oh, right. This is Kaya, our cavalry captain. These two are travelers from afar.
From afar. Is that all we know of them?
Long story short,
It's weird, I can read his mind.
I see. Welcome to Mondstadt. Though you haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. I understand the anguish of being separated from family. I'm not really sure why you're looking for the Animo God. Oh, but everyone has their secrets, right? Relax. I won't press you for more. First and foremost, on behalf of the Knights of Favonius, I would like to extend our thanks to you for your help just now.
You're welcome. Give me some.
How about a traditional Mondstadt delicacy? Sticky honey roast. Your fight to defend the city against the dragon just now was witnessed by no small number of citizens. The acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius is also very interested in meeting you, and formally invites you both to our headquarters.
Favonius. Alright. What do I get? Have an outfit? What is it? Oh, it's just the wind glider. Interesting. There's certainly plenty of unlockables, it looks like. Okay. How do I save? Okay, here we go. Oh, achievements. I love achieves. Oh, I get stuff. Take that. Take that. I don't know what those gems do yet. Probably some kind of currency. Oh. Okay, those are just tutorials. Oh god, what do I do? Okay, I don't want to look at that. Is there a save? How does one save? No. Okay. Settings. Is it autosave? Quit? Are you sure you want to quit? Yes? I'm just going to assume it's saved. I feel like it would have asked me otherwise. Alright. If anyone's still here, thank you for joining me. And, yeah. I will see you next week. Or possibly, probably, even earlier in the shop. Anyways, yeah.